We can start. Today is, what is it? November 19th. And first things first, Chloe, don't leave. I just want to congratulate Chloe for getting to Emerald. So yay, woohoo!
Thank you.
You have been working so hard and so consistently and, doing her behaviors every day. And even though she has dealt with even a crazy person here or there.
Yes.
She has pushed through, and now she is at Emerald, and we just got off a call with our new coach, Karina, and it's very exciting. So congratulations. And she has her call with Carl tonight.
Yeah.
So you get to share how exciting that is to hear him talk too.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
He's so motivational.
Yeah.
And now, did you get the ticket to go to Super Saturday?
No.
Okay, he's coming January 9th to our local Super Saturday.
Okay.
Buy tickets because they're going to sell out. And that's to everybody on this call that's local, January 9th. If you haven't gotten it, go online and get your tickets.
Where did you get the ticket from?
If you, I'll send you the information. Let's see. If you go, you should go in there and like the Metro DMV coaches. That's who runs it. They're the council that runs it. Let me see if I can add you to the group. Okay, I added you to the group. I don't know if it'll let me add you now. It's pending admin. So go to www.dcsupersaturday.com. And Carl will be there. Get your tickets because it's going to sell out. It's a half day. Usually it's done by like 12:31. I thought if whoever wanted to, if we could pull it off, maybe we'd all go to lunch afterwards because we're going to have quite a few of us there, it seems. So it's going to be awesome and exciting. And you do a workout and Carl will be there and Bonnie Engel, who's a big coach, top coach. She's going to speak. And it looks like they just posted that they're going to have some cafe latte Shakeology available. I don't know what that means. I don't know if we buy it there or they'll have samples. I'm not sure. So it's going to be good. And if you're not in DC, look up your own local Super Saturday and go to it because it is worth it. It's motivational. It's exciting. They always have good speakers. You can meet local coaches. You get good ideas. I went to several by myself. And
that'd be me.
I went, but let me tell you, every time I walked out of there, I was like, I am never going in this by myself again. I will have 10 people with me next time because it's that motivating and it's that inspiring and it's nice to see other people like you, and and I don't like talking, like doing the meet each other things. I kind of just sit there with my coffee being like, okay, I don't really want to meet anybody. I just remember that. But it is good, and if you can find one, it's very motivating and great information and announcements and all of that stuff. So it's good.
I think they said too that ours is going to be a team spirit theme. So it's our team shirt.
And speaking of, I put another message out there to get more shirts. So they're coming supposedly. This is a family friend, so it's kind of a hard situation, I think, because he didn't charge for screen stuff, like to screen print it. So it's a good deal and he's got it all, but I don't know how much longer I can deal with it. So I'm going to give him a little more time. He had supposedly a really big order and this isn't what they do. They kind of just do this for fun on the side. So I will keep you guys posted, but I hope that he said they'll be coming out in the next week. So I will keep you posted. But yes, we will wear our team shirts and we will be excited. Thanksgiving is going good. People are having a hard time figuring out pin posts, so I'm hoping now that day 4 they're getting it. I haven't heard a lot of where is it today, so I think everybody kind of has understood it. The new people, these groups don't always know what that means. Rachel had mentioned a good idea. Maybe next time we just put like post in the comments instead of the post. So then that post may stay further up top a little bit more. But even once you get to like day 8, 9, it's still all jumbled up. So we just have to explain that part. Otherwise, check in with your people. Like this weekend, my plan is to message a lot of them, as many as I can, ask them how they're liking it. And then once that conversation starts, I just say, like, what do you do in addition to this? And then depending on what they say, I'm usually like, well, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I'm a Beachbody coach, and I offer programs that you can do at home in 30 minutes. You know, is this something you'd like more information about? And then if they say yes, great. If they say no, no problem. And I feel like at that point it's okay because you've given them something for free. So for you taking 2 seconds to tell them what you do is not a bother, and it shouldn't really, you know, you just did something for them. So the least you can do is just ask them if they're interested in what you do. And it's a good way to build that. And if not, maybe do you know anybody else that might be interested? You know, I'd love to share with them or something, you know, just to get the conversation going. One thing from last night's training we learned was adding about possibly like adding to our challenge groups some different things like adding videos. So like somebody saying, you guys are doing a great job, keep it up, like so that there's more contact one-on-one, getting to know personalities, and more like so that people know each other a little bit better. Also, they suggested like contests and stuff like that. I haven't sold myself on that. I kind of go back and forth thinking it's a great idea, but I think we have such a great group that I don't think that anybody is going to be any extra motivated by a contest. But I could be wrong, so maybe we try something like that. One they suggested was he called it most valuable poster. So I don't know, like I guess you kind of vote on who put the most value in that week, whether it be they added recipes, whether they added like something like, you know, their own personal stuff. I don't know. So something to consider if anybody likes that idea.
I think something like that would work better in a smaller group. Yeah. Our group is so big that it's constant, you know, the notifications and people posting and then posting getting lost. That would almost be better if you were doing a smaller group. Like
well, I mean the accountability group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the free group. And it's raining, so my internet's gonna suck, by the way. Did you mean the Planksgiving group?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
Yeah, no, the Planksgiving, I'm not giving anybody anything for free. You already get a free group. Like, that's it. And I know we had an issue with that. Like, one girl was like, who's going to get the drawing? Who's going to get the drawing? Rachel had that. I'm like, really? You just got a free group. Like, really, relax. So, I meant for our accountability group. But again, it's so good. Like, I don't really see anything wrong with what we're doing already. So, you know. So upcoming dates. Am I breaking up or am I good?
You're good.
Okay. November 30th is what I'm advertising for our new December group. I think I'm calling it Fit and Focused Holidays or Holidays Fit and Focused. So I'll give our group a new picture, a new page. So that's a good thing to start advertising. I mean, really the goal is to hit it hard from now till middle of December because, you know, people are like going to start buying Christmas presents and, you know, but we do have Hammer and Chisel coming out. So I think that's December 1st. So Christmas presents, people may want that for their wives or husbands. So awesome way. Start telling people about Hammer and Chisel. I haven't done a whole lot of advertising. I need to do that. But start sharing how excited you are about this program, how awesome it's going to be for the next step. So that's starting November 30th. December 5th, I am going to do a new coach call with some of Catherine's people that are discount coaches, but just kind of to go over some of the basics information of a coach. some basics like the 3 vital behaviors and just some general, coaching information to maybe get them interested and excited about possibly sharing more into the new year. So if you have anybody that would be interested, or maybe somebody that's like on the border of signing up as a coach, so it's enough information to just share, but it's not going to overwhelm them because it's not going to be super duper training like your first training is. So December 5th, it's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern time because they're West Coast, and so that was it's a Saturday morning. So if you have anybody interested, you want to add them to it, or as it gets closer, let me know. I'm thinking about doing a sneak peek at the beginning of December. So I thought maybe December 8th through the 10th we would do it. So that way the Thanksgiving's been over, we can kind of start advertising it after Thanksgiving, and that'll give us a good, couple days of advertising it before we start, but still not too close to Christmas. So I'm thinking of doing either a sneak peek. The live call been okay, in my opinion, with the In Partnership We Shine. I don't know. So I think I like the way we do our sneak peek better. So I think we're going to just stick with that for now, especially not reinvent the wheel 5 days before Christmas, 10 days before Christmas. So as of now, sneak peek 8 to 10. Free group. Last year I did a little black dress challenge. I think we could do it. I think it'd be a really short group though. I think we're going to do a short one. Like a lot of parties are probably like the 19th. So I thought maybe we do like a 5 to 7 day little black dress challenge, like from the 12th to the 19th or 13th to 19th, something like that. Just like a full body random workouts. We'll figure I can look at what I did last year, just before people have their final Christmas party. So that's the plan. If you have ideas or suggestions, please don't hesitate to let me know. So last night we went to a training, Rachel and I, and there's a few things that I wanted to go over and talk about with you. It was a leadership training. It was kind of understanding like the value of your business, and also a focus of what he called 5 principles of being basically having a successful network marketing business. So I was going to go over those 5 principles, and just a lot of it isn't stuff that you haven't heard before. A lot of it is stuff we've already heard, but a lot of it is in a different approach, and sometimes different words kind of strike people differently. So the first thing he talked about was principle number 1, and this one was huge to me. I think that this stands out a lot for new coaches, is that there are no shortcuts. There's no secrets to success. All these top coaches all did exactly what we are doing. Nobody had a secret. It's not going to happen in 6 months. Like, this is a business that when you do all these other things, that's how you become successful. So there's no secret. And I loved how he showed like all these books of like 12 secrets to success, 8 secrets to success, like but there is no secret. Like there's nothing that you could talk to somebody that they didn't do. They're doing the sneak peeks. They're doing the free groups. They're doing it too. They just are working their butts doing it, So principle number 2 is, what does it take? Self-discipline is that your self-discipline is aligned with your goals. So if your goals are huge, then your self-discipline to invite, rather than 3 people, maybe 10 people a day, your goals have to be huge, and what you do has to be huge. So that's just how it goes. Like if your goals are, maybe you're not ready for huge goals yet, then that's okay, because then you can just align yourself, your tasks, and your daily disciplines to go with those goals. And it's all about your mindset. He showed a picture of the stairs and the elevator. And to me, that's pretty much like a good reality with Beachbody or any of these kind of businesses, because you can try to take the elevator, and skip all of these sets. And some people do. And like I've had some of my own coaches hit Emerald and get like 4 coaches under them. And then that's it, because they never hit the basics. They never did the steps to get them to there. So then they're like, okay, I have these coaches and I never did anything to build anything. I never built a foundation. And so doing all those simple steps is what you build how you build your foundation. Because this job requires you to train yourself, and I mean, we have basically our own selves to teach each other in the business. It requires more self-discipline to succeed. So you have to remember that. What have you learned on your journey? How are you better because you've put in the hard work? And that's something you have to remember as well. Like, so how is this making you better? Like, what has changed? Have you helped one person lose a few pounds? Have you, has somebody said, oh my God, I love, well, every day I look to see if you've posted your motivation post or your workout posts inspire me to go get off my butt and work out. So even if it's not necessarily a sale, what are you doing to have, be better? Number 3 is consistently doing the right things. So I think that was good when he said that, because you can be consistent, but are you doing the right things consistently? Like if you're, chatting to the same people over and over again without adding new people, or are you, scrolling instead of inviting? So being consistent, doing the right tasks is what will help you be successful. And the saying he had is, what a person plants, he will harvest, which I know Carl was saying the same thing. Like, all of these seeds you guys are planting now, it doesn't feel like anything's coming of them, but in January when somebody's like, I don't want to join a gym, I don't have time for it, and they think of you. Or, they see Hammer and Chisel and they're like, oh my God, okay, I think I want to do this. Like, this is finally the right program for me. But they're going to come to you before other people because you've planted the seeds and they know to come to you. To be a successful coach, there will be things you like to do and things you don't like to do. So the important thing is having the self-discipline to do the things that you don't like to do. So sometimes maybe inviting or getting out of our comfort zone to do a video or things like that. Sometimes that is something you don't like to do, but you have to do those things in order to do both. You have to do things you like and things that you don't like. And I've heard this one a lot, and a lot of the top coaches say this, is that you identify your strengths and stop focusing on your weaknesses. I'm not good at videos. I'm not good at video. Okay, well, what are you good at? Like, spend as much time as possible in your strength zone. I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at sharing my experiences with people. I'm good at writing, posts. Whatever you're good at, spend as much time as possible focusing on your strengths. Don't look at other coaches' pages and think, I'm not like them, so I can't do that. Don't focus on the weaknesses. Find what strengths you have and focus on those. If you don't know what your strengths are, ask somebody. Like, ask your husband, ask your friends, like, ask other coaches. Like, what do you think are my strengths? Like, what have you seen, that's helpful to me, or that could be helpful to others, And so those are really, I think that's huge. I hear that a lot. And I do that a lot too. Like, I focus on like, oh my God, she's, got to where she is in 2 years and I'm not there. Or, oh God, she's really good at whatever. And that's maybe not my strengths and I'm breaking up. I can tell because I see you guys like going, like you start looking funny. Anyways, I do the same thing. So it's hard to sometimes refocus and focus on what you're good at. And sometimes if it means unfollowing some of those top coaches, then do it for a while because it doesn't help you. what makes successful people successful is the self-discipline to do those things that aren't easy for them, but they're necessary. So just like we said, going out of your comfort zone, getting out of your comfort zone and doing something different. And even if it fails, you did it, and that's okay. So try it another time of the day, or try something a little different, or try wording it a little different. And it isn't that those things are less hard, but it's that successful people are willing to do those things to be successful. Principle number 4, you are your own CEO. So this isn't my business. This isn't, this is you have your own business, and you are never disappointing anybody. You're never disappointing me. You're not disappointing, if it's not the way you want it, then you make it the way you want it, because it's your business. You create your own game plan. You have to have a game plan. So like for me to think, what are your goals? Okay. And make sure that you're always figuring out what your game plan is to hit them. So if you want to hit diamond, like what are you doing to get to diamond? Are you telling people about coaching? Are you sharing with them sneak peek? Are you sharing with them the webinar or the coaching opportunity? Are you telling them about discount coaching? Are you telling them about the military benefits? So if you want to get Success Club, what are you doing to get there? Like talk to your people from Thanksgiving. Like you have to do all these things. So what are your goals? And then what are you going to do every day to get there? Another saying that I've seen before, and it's so true. Like if you have nothing to aim at, then you're going to hit it every time. So if you don't have a goal to go for, then you're not going to get there. Like it's as easy as that, Execute the plays. So once you've found your plan, execute it. Do what you say you're going to do. And be systematic. If I do a lot of copying and pasting, I'll be honest, like I'll change it around. I may check their profile and say, oh, I noticed they had kids. I'll change it a little bit. But I have a system down of how I talk to people and what I say to them. And then depending on their responses, maybe the answers get a little more personal, but I can't type out something different to every person and know that I have time. I'll copy and paste, and then I'll add a little bit of things to it depending on the response. But have a system. Be more effective. Be more efficient. It helps. So whatever your game plan is it, hitting Success Club, hitting diamond, going on the trip next year, whatever your goals are, you can get there. Execute the plays. So like we said, the things that you can do, inviting, challenge groups, sneak peek, getting started right calls, coach basics, follow-ups. We do this all as a team. So all the stuff, again, everybody else is doing, we do. Just got to keep doing it, And number 5, which I loved, is attitude is everything. And so, and he had shared this at Super Saturday too, and I think it's hilarious. He says that you need to your behavior needs to be characteristic of a teenage girl in pursuit of an iPhone. So what does a teenage girl in pursuit of an iPhone look like? Determined, creative, persevering, resourceful. Like, just pretend you're that girl that wants that iPhone that you knew, that's 14, and you want this. You want these goals. You want to make this certain amount of money. Then that has to be your goal, and that has to be your priority. And it has to, be your attitude. It has to be, can't shy away from things. You just got to go for it. Nothing that we do in this business is going to hurt anybody. Talking to somebody is not going to hurt anybody. Sharing a video is not going to hurt anybody. So just remember that you have to be determined and creative. And, we have tons of resources. We have tons of good ideas to share with each other. So, go for it. So those were his 5 principles. And then what we did was we broke up in teams and just came up with different ideas of different things that people are doing that are helpful. One thing for the challenge groups I wanted to share with you guys was different scheduling apps, or I know we use Hootsuite, but there were some other ones that came up that I thought I was going to research a little bit more and try. Some of them are free. Some do cost $10 a month, but if it's going to save you to sit there on Sunday night and schedule most of your posts for the week, and then you get to use that other time you spend scheduling, doing invites, then maybe $10 a month is worth it. So one is called Buffer. One was called Post My Party. I thought there was another one, but I don't have it here. So those are a couple good sites you can look at into scheduling your posts. Let's see.
What was that to-do list one? Do you remember? It's something.do.
Oh yeah, any.do. So for organization, there was an app called any.do that somebody uses that they use for creating their to-do lists and stuff. So that was useful. We can look at that. A lot of it isn't anything that we don't know already. Social media, adding value with non-Beachbody related stuff. I liked somebody does, one of the people there does like stuff for the house. They do, refurbishing of stuff, I guess. So she does a do-it-yourself every Wednesday and posts what she does for her do-it-yourself thing.
Yeah, she calls them penny projects.
Okay. Yeah. Recipes. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, recipes, like, family articles about family, whatever strikes you, just be sure you're adding other stuff that add value. So people will be like, oh, that's really good. Like she posts other stuff other than just her working out or other, so adding value that's not Beachbody related.
A lot of them were very specific. So like that person that does the penny projects, that's on Monday. And then she does a different kind of post on Tuesday and a different kind. That none of it's really Beachbody related, but she said, people get used to, it's Monday, I need to look at Mary's page.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. That's a good idea. Yeah, so that can attract a following too. I mean, another thing, which was expanding your cold market, they talked about, let me find it, so if you join, we talked last week, I think, about adding to groups, like joining all these new groups of people, things that's not Beachbody related. So like if you're into crafts, you find a craft group on Facebook. If you're into whatever, a mom's group, all these different things. Well, one of them, she will put a random question on there and be like, what I'm looking at for new it's a mom's group. I'm looking for new pediatricians in the area. Can anybody recommend? She's not really looking for pediatricians. Don't tell anybody. But people respond and you're like, oh, hey, thanks so much. I used to go there. And you can start like a small conversation, then send them a friend request, so I like that idea. I was like, oh, I'm in these like running groups and I don't really respond because I don't run. So I don't feel like, so I'm like, hey, what if I'm in the market for a new pair of running shoes, So like that's another, Chloe, is everything okay?
I just got a weird message, so I'm like, what? Yeah. I asked somebody this morning and she's like, oh my God, I've been looking for you for a long time.
Oh, okay. I'd be like, all right, well, great. I'm here.
I don't know who that is.
That's funny. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea. If you're struggling in these groups to like add something, of value to them, think of a random question and add it and see what kind of conversations you can start. Yeah. Obviously random in association to the group. So I like that idea too. looking in your suggested friends. That's an obvious place. Let's see. Social media, back to that. Accountability posts, you know, people start to be like, oh, okay, like she does that. Like, I don't know. I feel like I try and post a couple times a week my workout. So that way people, it's something that they eventually get used to seeing. Oh, cool, she's doing it again. That's awesome. You know, it becomes part of routine of like what they expect of you. Peak times, know the peak times of your niche, like people that at what time are those people going to be online. Use Transformation Thursday. That's perfect, you know, a great one to share about what we do. Either use pictures from Beachbody or like tonight I borrowed Catherine's from last night and I'm sharing her story for Transformation Thursday. If you see her, go to her Facebook page and she has, you know, a little bit of her story and I just cut and paste and put a little bit of my own wording afterwards. But it doesn't have to be your own transformation. It can be other people's as well. It can be business transformation too. So like if anything like tomorrow I got my cruise email, boy, are people going to be hearing about my cruise. So transformation. I didn't get a free cruise 2 years ago. So make a plan for your content. That helps with the free group. Somebody said that they schedule all theirs and then email it to themselves and then they just like post it from their email wherever they are, or scheduling it, I think would be easier. Videos, they're saying that Facebook is moving more towards videos. So the more videos you can make and put in there, you know, the better. I don't know about somehow being excited about Hammer and Chisel and, you know, being like, I'm so excited. There's this new great program coming out. Stay tuned for announcements. I don't know. Find some creative ways. One thing I did walk away from last night too, really quickly, was I don't spend enough time, I think, going on like even on YouTube and like looking up different resources from other Beachbody coaches. I mean, they probably have, I know they have tons of resources out there of other coaches and ideas that they do and how they run things. So, you know, maybe sometimes as your personal development, go on YouTube and look up like Melanie Mitro or, you know, top Beachbody coach webinars or whatever, and maybe come up with something new from there that maybe we haven't gotten a hold of yet. So that's one other thing that I think I'm going to try and make an effort of is maybe listening to a YouTube training once a day or something like that. Because getting the perspective of other coaches, little takeaways that you take away from like things like last night or from those videos, like can help. Just one tip can maybe make a difference in your organization or making a difference in how you share something or, you know, your relatability. Like you find another coach you relate to, then you can find ways that you can use their information to do it for yourself. So that was a good training. Rachel, is there anything else that you think there were any other takeaways that I didn't bring up that you walked away with?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The guy that came was the Eastern regions from the sales office, but he works with coaches that are 6 to 14 star or something like that. So he works with the top coaches on the Eastern side.
He did a little bit about people get nervous about network marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave some statistics and stuff that just said, hey, this is like a worldwide thing. It's not illegal, because apparently some people think it's illegal, or that whole scam thing.
Yeah, pyramid scheme.
How the whole thing started with door-to-door salesmen, and that's where network marketing really kind of came from. Just to kind of, he just gave information to put people at ease when you're talking to potential new coaches who get nervous about, well, that's, you know, that's network marketing or whatever. I don't like that, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, like he said that it has grown 90% in the past 10 years. network marketing has. And it's grown, I don't know, what, 17 out of the last 20. So I don't know what that means though. I wrote that down, but 90% in the last 10 years. I mean, if you think about it now too, you think about all the different, the jewelry, the, you know, all these different Rodin and Fields and Beachbody. And so it's becoming so known now that it is, but people, once you start talking also to your new coaches about adding people to your legs, that's another way that people get nervous. So I try to kind of not word it like that, building your team, as you build your team, you know, people below you, you know, that's income. But yeah, to really push, because people are like, oh, but I don't come across it nearly as often. I think probably a few years ago, probably people were more questionable about it, I would say, than now, because it's just so many people doing this with so many different products, you know? So, yeah, he said 15 million Americans, I think, are in some sort of network marketing business. So it's pretty cool. So that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions? Anything in particular that you have questions about?
Nope.
No? All right, let me see. I'm going to use his quote from last night. I got to look it up, though, because I took a picture of it. It was too much for me to write. All right. From Theodore Roosevelt, why not you? Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in the gray twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. I like it. So, you guys, we have plenty of time. I mean, you got, let's see. Today's the 19th. We got more than 2 weeks. Not a little less than 2 weeks. So, still plenty of time to get out there. Share hammer and chisel, prepare people, talk about our holiday group, talk about how many people have lost weight in the Thanksgiving group, add some new coaches before the end of the year. Awesome. Chloe, let us know how your call was.
Yeah, I will.
All right, cool. All right, ladies, have a good rest of your day.
Thanks.
Bye.